What if she kills us? Oh yeah, are you sure she's not armed? Go again.
Entirely
The
bare.
fucking thing.
The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of
You'll
dust.
know it when you see it.
The
Yeah,
only
I know.
furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is the blade
Shut up.
is your imp.
Give me the fucking blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather.
Oh. Just.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by her
Quiet.
voice carry.
Who's
Oh.
there?
She sounds
Shut up.
dangerous. Don't let it fool you.
Just go.
Good. You're
Just
still
go.
listening to reason.
I want to kill the narrator as
Walk
fast as
downstairs.
possible.
And lock eyes with the princess. There's a
Hopefully you
heavy
can
chain
just
around her
fucking
wrist, binding her to the far
rush it.
wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful.
Don't tempt
Focus on
me.
the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
There's no new option.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I want to know what happens if I just fucking.
So,
her.
you should just drop it. Best
she's
not to
still
risk
fast enough to
finding out
stab
what I
me.
can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh,
Was I
this is it, isn't it?
actually?
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
She's still
It's
gonna
like
get me.
she's convinced she can't.
She's still
die.
gonna get.
Yes. Even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Yeah, now that you've questioned it, I'm pretty sure it's not. I don't have other. Why are those? At any rate,
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Okay. I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending. Okay.
So glad you're keeping an open mind.
Yeah.
This is what's best for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. Time passes.
Okay.
You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Where are we supposed to go? How do we get
I
out of
do.
here?
But you're probably not going to like it.
Yeah. I think you're not gonna like
Blade.
it.
We can use the blade to get out of this.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Yeah, well, we find the narrator.
He's right. It's the only way out.
Where the fuck this guy is?
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
Listen. We know that you're not one of schizophrenic boys.
Do you not?
We know.
There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare. How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work.
How do you know that?
That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
I'm not happy. I want you dead. But also, I do want to see what happens. You just stay here. I want to find the narrator. Maybe he'll show up. Maybe he'll get bored. Then we stay.
What a relief. I suppose we've got all the time in the world for you to change your mind.
Yeah, we can always.
More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is. Not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voice's pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Is the scene changing or am I losing him? Oh.
You
Fuck. God damn it. Fuck. No, we're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is
We're
he
just fine.
telling us that we are?
Yeah, I'm not just saying that because you're the last person
Good.
I talk.
Because I have an idea to get at the
Oh,
blade.
you already fucking.
I can hear everything you... He's right. Do you hear? Do you not? Don't you... Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
I'm already happy with this choice because it pissed off the nerd.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
This is not what I thought.
The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
The Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Ha 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 ha. Turn on the narrator.
My tricks? What on earth are you
No.
talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
No.
That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Bye.
Oh. Do you think there's something else out there? Alright. Let's see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
Fuck you.
Do you even know where you're going?
Yes. Fuck you, narrator.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. Oh, how
Ooh.
quaint. He really wants us to go in there, doesn't he?
Said it would see him.
You're really keen on
Goodbye.
wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I hope that includes you.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. Everything is getting... What's going on? Where are we? I don't know, but it feels like home.
Haha! This vessel is full of you. It's useless to us if it doesn't bring more gift. The world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something. Wagging finger. Only so much thread in this place. Not wasted. Our only salvation. Denial? Narrator.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor, the blade is your implement.
No. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place.
Is this a different description?
The air feels heavy and damp. a hint of rot filtering her voice softly.
Hello? Is someone there?
This is different.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
And now I'm uncertain.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous
15
game
minutes
by
ago, but I
coming
miss you,
here
dude.
unarmed.
Hey, Chris. Have a good night, man. Just stopping by. Yeah, we're going in there. Just fuck, dude. I don't really want to talk to her either, dude.
Good.
Just fucking go.
You're still listening to reason.
We ignore the narrator.
It would be better if
We
you had
ignore the
a weapon,
princess.
But you may still be
We
able to do
we're
what
Shrek
you've
and
done.
donkeying this shit. We're just gonna pick her up and walk out. We ain't talking.
You
We're not a
walk
hero.
downstairs and lock eyes with the princess.
We just fucking
There's a heavy
walking
chain
out into
around
the
her
void.
wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful.
Shut
How
up.
could someone like this be a threat to
No.
anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think
Yeah,
you can
just
get me
how-
out of these chains?
Just how fuck. We should have gotten the knife.
You're only making this more difficult.
Please don't turn into something horrible.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
The
making a
screen's
huge
way too
mistake.
fucking close. Yeah, I know.
No, you're doing the right thing. Walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Didn't
They're
stab
large
us
and heavy,
yet.
Far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them
Do
apart.
you? Wait, do you hear the voice too?
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Voice is normal.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Knife is upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't any key, do you have any other ideas besides 2,000,000 pieces?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck,
I don't want to look at the eyes.
sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way
It's
out.
too
if we
damn
could finally be
close.
free. You attempt to make
Why
your
did we
way out
go
of the
up?
basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Talk as little as possible.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier
No,
if you'd
killing
just
her,
taken the
bro.
blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard
Gotta
the door
get so
slam.
fucking close.
They locked you down here too,
What do you mean
didn't they?
they?
There's a
Who's
slight
they?
panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
I know you definitely could.
She barely hesitates.
Why we have to be so
Tearing through her
fucking
limb with the
close?
determination of a trapped wolf.
I mean, at least she hasn't turned on
As
me
she
yet,
rips her
man.
flesh
Oh
from her
god,
bone,
holy
a sound
fuck.
comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
What if
You
we
won't
just
like
keep
what happens
watching?
if you do that.
Oh, she kind of seems like she's got it. Oh, it's a fucking.
Fine.
Dagger's in my hand now.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
We're still not commenting on the horrific being that I apparently am.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her.
Huh? Maybe. Looks like you're a bird person. We look like a fucking sack with claws.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Yeah, man, we
She
still
didn't so
standing.
much as utter a
We
sound through
still
the whole
standing
ordeal.
real fucking close to this bitch.
No, she didn't.
You were standing real fucking close.
She smiles
Yeah, man.
softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
You man, go open the door.
How is she still smiling after
No,
everything?
You just shut.
It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
We,
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
yeah, let's go together. So we go together.
We won't have
right?
any of
You
that.
know.
The stakes are
Hey.
too high. You can't just let her
Hey.
escape into the world. No. I can't just let her escape into the world.
Yeah, you motherfucker. I knew you were the fuck. I knew you were the
As
bad
the
guy.
princess
Hey,
approaches the bottom stair, your body steps
motherfucker.
forward and raises the blade.
No.
Wait, this isn't fair.
No.
You can't just do that. Watch me.
No.
What are you doing?
Hey, man. Oh.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Bro, we're trying. I know you're. I know your power. Oh,
None
you
is fault.
son of a
The blade
bitch.
held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Oh, please don't turn into something horrible, dude.
Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
I think we were making it out of here alive, bro. Yeah, we gonna
The blade.
resist. No,
The blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess.
She's being
takes a
so
pause.
chill this time.
We both
I
know
really
this
don't want you to be this
isn't you.
close to me. I don't.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Oh, I think we're going to stabbed.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it
Sam.
into your chest, tearing through flesh and
Oh, you
sinew.
son of a bitch.
Is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done.
Oh my god.
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever.
Just
She
real
sinks the
fucking.
blade into your chest again, again, and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
No, she knows how to use a knife.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive.
I'm
The
just
princess stares down at your ruined chest
really
as
don't want her
tears
to turn
carve
into something
rivulets of pink
horrible.
down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like
It's
this.
fine.
right?
It's totally fine.
Oh, that's
You're
rich
real
coming from
fucking
you.
close.
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that, you're here to slay. My
Please
tricks.
Tell me I
What
can
on
turn
earth
on
are
the
you talking
narrator.
about? You
I'm
just met
real
for the
fucking
first time.
tired of this guy.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's
I'm real
best to keep
fucking
it that
tired
way.
of you taking his side.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
We have Smith. Yeah.
Our beloved.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Or
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Those are two very different questions. Let's say for a moment that you died last time.
You were the one who did us in, villain.
yeah.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
I beg to differ.
I'm not going to
But
argue with you.
He got
I'm just going
away
to take a
last
deep
time.
breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? Or were you instead transported to a
no.
different world entirely?
Because it's
If it's
about
the
what we
latter,
turned the
What do you
princess
think happened
into.
after you died?
And we made her kill us and
Do you think
her
the people there lived
fucking
happily ever
handbook.
after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and
It's
everything?
gonna be
But
real
she would
unhinged.
never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned.
Yeah,
Convoluted.
right. Let's just
I
fucking get to
don't
it.
know how this premise could be any more
Princess bad. Stop
Prin-
her. Save everyone. Let's talk about
Just
this
be quick
princess.
about it.
The only she could barely hold a knife. She's supposed to
She
in the
just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
I'm gonna get real.
Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know.
And who locked her in the basement?
People
Did we already
locked her in that. I've
The
told you
KG.
everything you need to know. Going into more detail will just, not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have...
And why?
Great. Now, if you don't mind,
I'm with them. I'm gonna find a way to save her from the
that's
cabin.
right, you can't stop all of us.
Bitch.
We're going to sweep her off her
Oh,
feet
yeah, I don't
if
know
it's
about
the
that.
last thing anyone
We're
does.
gonna find out if she's a fucking.
Are these really
Horror.
the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? not out of the cabin yet. You still have...
I don't think it would be good to leave, although maybe the best to leave.
A
Go to the
warning
cabin.
before you go any further.
Yeah.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do every... We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that... I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure,
Yeah, man.
yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Don't pay their bickering any mind.
He is gone. In the mirror. Be a goddamn mirror again.
The interior of the cabin
Golly.
is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll...
Here.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Dude, the music is so good.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Yeah. Like the mirror.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
Is it
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out
Am I
of place,
looking
and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Oh, it was a banner. I mean, this looks a lot better than last
The
time.
door to the
I have a
basement
feeling
creaks
it's gonna be
open,
real fucking
revealing an
deranged.
intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's
Her
got the
voice.
filter on it again.
It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear a
Real
wedding held my
fucking
tongue till now, but you're
deranged.
taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are... You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried
Excuse?
you wouldn't come back.
Well, yeah, because she remembered us the first time, too.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Yeah.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but What's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
I really hoped I'd be the
Now,
first.
hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end. Now I'm even more certain we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Oh, you all that. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Uh-huh. You man, you were just gonna leave it at that? What the fuck?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
People are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to the wall. To fucking man.
At least you're being honest. I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a nihilist.
What about a nihilist, man? I just don't want to see scary shit.
The princess shifts in uncomfortable confusion.
Me too. I don't care.
She wasn't confused for long.
Uh-oh.
If she doesn't care, then clearly she didn't end the world. It would take a great desire for evil
That
to do
actually
something
was
so
a decision,
inconceivable,
huh?
and our dearest has not an ounce of cruelty within her. All is well, and it's high time we rescued our beloved.
So we made her kill us, decided that she doesn't care about it. So, this thing. I don't know. I don't really want to tell her about the narrator, because it can help. You know what? Actually, so far the only time we've had an option to talk about the narrator was in the role.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent.
Yeah.
An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
She's the fuck.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Now that's new.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I
You're
think he's
full of
right,
shit.
because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
I mean, I didn't bring a knife.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Why is the hero's personality changes quick?
Approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her palms. That's
Scary,
shouldn't have worked.
man. Oh wow, it actually
I'll
was.
be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We were too fucking close, dude.
Princess
I don't
jumps up
like
and
it.
smothers you with a joyful embrace. Ugh.
I'm real fucking
If you had
scared.
a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved.
Did she have a...
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
I don't know. Do you wanna
Let me
do?
guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Yeah, you know what? We got you out. We'll just take you to the void, man. Hand you over to the fucking creepy hands.
That sounds perfect.
The music stopped. Oh no, wait.
The princess takes your hand.
There's
The
no
last hopes of the entire...
strike. Music is... Music's real fucking joyful.
We have each other. We don't need the world for
Good.
our happy
Make you feel
ending.
nice and safe.
I like to
Yeah.
think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
That's a familiar move.
Music's still pretty joyful.
Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
These
Oh
are like-
no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
Oh,
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no
Because she
match
has
for
to
the
kill
strength
me
of
to
true
get out.
love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech.
And
The lock clicks and the
Oh.
door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I told you our love was
What?
insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs and... The blade, that's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
Here we go.
I hate you.
Actually, you start side.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin,
I'm stabbed in the back.
and then you step out.
Wait. What's
A
happening?
happy ending at last.
And the music is going to be becoming real fucking horrible. Hopefully we just go to the void and nothing fucking
did it. What
particularly
should we do
scary
now?
happens.
Where did everything go?
Take her innocent little self out into the void.
Where did
and hand
he-
over.
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
Okay. Something.
Cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
Please don't turn anything into anything horrible.
Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and
Our
weave her a coat
feathers.
worthy
I am
of
a bird,
princess.
Oh. Yeah, you know, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a... No. Why is it here? Why now? This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Okay. Order Oh.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If if you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Kills her from being horny. Do you have any thought? Vessel.
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
I hope that makes you less and scary. Hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Can I not do the same?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
This is all done, do you?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Kinder to me than anyone else I've met.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Is that because I just did the good one? You want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy isn't seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory. If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Same being as you were before?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Ready.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Yeah, hopefully
We will
you
meet
stay
again.
real fucking. Hopefully you stay real fucking nice.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase
Heroes
faintly
not
illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Okay.
Don't let it fool.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You sound like drastically different.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Why do you still seem so fucking sus?
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
So close.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Huh?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty.
Wow.
Any honorific should do, really.
What the fuck?
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
So drastically different. I think.
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her. Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous? Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Yeah.
Whoever
Haven't
sent you
liked
to
me yet.
slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Man, if you find some way to kill the narrator, I'm in.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
But what the fuck is a subjugating monarch? I'm a fucking Brit. Ah, wait, we got all the way back here.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Also, what do you mean by I am a bird thing?
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm pretty sure this is gonna get me killed. Alright.
Have to be
Oh, yeah.
kidding me. You walk up to the chains
Give
binding the
enough-
princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Good experiences to the hand thing, maybe. Maybe it
They're
won't be
large and
horrible.
heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine.
She
trying
hasn't
to
knifed
break
us
them
yet.
apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
And the hand thing
Doubtful.
said that I couldn't.
Whoever locked the
do
princess
the-
away down here intended for her to never see the
Never
light
mind.
of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Uh-huh.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
Mm.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
You hear the click of a lock. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met. You're here to slay the... You try the door. I'll repeat myself once again.
Yeah.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her.
Narrator
but
gonna
you
get his
were
fucking
supposed to.
killed.
Easier
Hopefully
for
she
who?
doesn't turn too fucking hard.
Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the
Said we
princess's
wouldn't be
arm,
able to do
just
the
above
same
the
thing
massive,
twice.
unyielding chain.
Oh no,
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Different.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her as the princess approaches the... Wait, this isn't fair. Watch me. You bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
I'm so fucking scared.
There's no going back now. Though the blade left a deep...
Oh no, it didn't
she
kill
barely
her.
so much as flinches, turning around to stare at you incredulously.
Are you serious? I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one. But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Give up.
As the blade falls from your trembling hands, the princess rears back, readying a bone-shattering haymaker. You fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing in your ears before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you. If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place.
Oh, too weak to even try fighting back. How disappointing.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The tower?
You're on a path. You're here to... A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. If he doesn't remember what happened, then you know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a... What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time... It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time. A warning. She will lie. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're... Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please, try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on... If that's what you want.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose
The
than its
knife
humble
is on a
exterior would
fucking
suggest.
pillar
The only
with-
furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine
What?
blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. Why do we feel so
What?
small? We don't feel small. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a... You reach forward. We should count ourselves lucky. Some
Yeah.
things are better left. You take the blade from the altar. It would be...
Bro?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. Huh. This is actually kind of nice.
What's
It's still a
kind-
stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing... Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She won't need to get down there. She wants us to...
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you...
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you... Making your way
God,
down the
please don't
spiral
be
staircase is a
something
time-consuming and
horrible.
exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to...
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You've brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor. We didn't have to do that. And yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Bro, we all in her presence right now.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees
man.
painfully connecting with hard stone.
Fuck it.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
Oh
The
yeah.
last
yeah,
time we met, you
bird.
told me I was destined to end the world. That wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out
Wait,
of your
fuck, we don't want to
broken
do
lungs.
this. Oh no, wait. Wait, we don't want the fucking entity to have this.
I could feel its fundamental
Oh,
truth awaken me.
fuck.
The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
God damn.
It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it?
Hmm.
It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it?
He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he?
What are we supposed to do to stop her?
Okay. First things first, you're
going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. If you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost.
I have to go back and kill her without hesitation, and then kill myself and do it again, right? Because the last time, I killed her without hesitation, killed myself, and then tried to leave, which would set it.
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
Bitch.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours. This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart. Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Well, time for something horrible
I say-
to happen.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants. No objections here. Don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
So are these like the things that I can do the next time I fucking come here? What the fuck? Why are they grayed out? Oh man.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See?
Okay, yeah. We can do that. we will probably.
Fucking. I hate you. I hate all of you so much.
You can feel a
God
creaking tension
damn.
between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an
dude.
unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To defy me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
Come on, narrator.
What?
Use some of that power you got.
Don't have to listen
Yeah,
to
you
her.
don't really
You're
don't have
armed.
to do it.
Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
We could do fucker.
Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the clear language.
Come on, narrator. Use some of that fucking power.
No, you can't just slay yourself. You're perfectly healthy and capable, and all you have to do is ignore her and do what has to be done. The blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place until you change your mind and decide to do literally anything else.
Look at you quaking against my will. An ant defying a god. It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion. But you're not the one resisting me, are you? There's something else in there. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Smallest sliver.
Is she talking about you?
It's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with
Wait a
me.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
You're a small one, aren't you?
Excuse me?
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just.
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
This is what I wanted.
Ah!
I wanted the narrator to die. This is the good ending.
You bring the blade to your neck.
Oh, never mind. She
You
just
slice
fucking
the
rolled the
soft
narrator.
flesh, severing veins and arteries.
Your blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever.
No.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
We will. I promise.
I know you will.
Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods. At the end of that path,
Oh, let me guess. At the end of that path is a cabin.
excuse me? This is the third time we've been here, and this is hardly a path in the woods. It's all big and weird. Another witness to her radiance. I'm here to keep him in check. I'm sick of prying fingers digging around in our head, and he's making it all too easy for them to get in. This is bad.
Oh, is it now? I hadn't noticed. Do you need a primer, Mr. Amnesiac?
Audio quality like randomly increases.
Oh, I'm quite alright, but if all of you would take a moment to settle down, there's something important I'd like to get across to you before it's
Is it about the princess? We already know all about the princess.
not to be trusted, that one.
No, I mean, yes, it's about the princess, but whatever you think I'm going to say, it's probably not that.
You're not to be trusted either.
fine, just out with it already, yeah? But if I hear the words, "You're here to slay her," or "If you don't, it will be the end of the world," you'll have lost speaking privileges. You're going to hear some of those words, but not all of them. Definitely not all in that order. I'm interested. Really? I know. It's probably a bunch of lies, but even lies have a kernel of truth to them.
You two are just wasting your time. It's all going to end when we open that cabin door, which means...
Okay, that nonsense he's going on about, that's what we need to talk about. You've been here before. obviously. So you have met us. Because boy, were you in denial about that last time. No, I haven't met you, but reality is clearly falling apart at the moment, and the only reason that would happen is if you knew things you weren't supposed to know. What the hell are you talking about? He's talking about those weird marble trees and how wrong everything looks. Yes, exactly. Whatever you did before gave her far too much power. So you've got to cut it out, get to that cabin and slay her before things get any more out of hand. We gave her power. Why didn't you ever tell us we could do that? We probably would have gone about things very differently if we knew that.
Yeah.
We've built a new god.
Are our thoughts doing that? Make her small, make her small, make her small, make her small. Shit! What if I'm doing it wrong? What if I'm making her even stronger?
The paranoid voice is so much louder than the other ones.
Do you hear those two with their runaway thoughts? I'm only giving you the sliver of information I'm giving you now because things are already deep in the shitter. This was my last card to play and it looks like it's already made things worse. So hurry, cabin, now. But a great and horrible change is already underway. The ground quakes beneath your feet, and you feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway, then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin. Even the earth beneath you seems to shift, your feet unable to grip solid ground as you're dragged forward along with everything else.
I mean, I did choose... chose to go towards the cabin.
The end of everything. The beginning of something new. The moment we open that door, she will be free.
Okay, well,
Stop believing
how
everything you
badly
hear.
did I fuck up?
We just have to get our thoughts in order. We just have to think straight. Any, words of warning? You already know everything you need to know. As you step forward, the cabin explodes. You're flung backwards, violently slammed into a tree as debris rains down around you. You watch in paralyzed awe and terror as the princess emerges, her body unfurling from some vast space as she stands upright to face you. The world
Music is so
bows to her.
fucking good.
The ruined landscape shifts, trees and stone and the ground itself succumbing to her gravity, orbiting her like a great black hole.
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end. And this is always how it was going to begin.
There's a loud thunk from the tree behind you as something embeds in its shattered bark. Your pristine blade.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah,
Take
screw
the
all of this,
blade.
I'm with you. A real god wouldn't need us as part of her plan.
Yo.
And even if you do want, could you possibly
We'll do what we were always supposed to. We'll take this blade and we'll sink it into her heart. Look at the way everything's being flung around her. If we just throw ourselves in her direction... I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe none of this is real. Maybe we can do whatever we want to do. With a forceful tug, you yank the blade out from the tree.
Yo.
You close your eyes and take a deep breath, and for a moment you can feel everything around you, like you're a part of everything, and everything is a
Look at
part
the
of
dagger now.
you. And then your eyes open, settling on your target.
launch yourself towards the princess. You can feel her gravity envelop you, carrying you from the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Even now you defy me. Do it then. Show me what you think it takes to end what's destined to end everything.
Yeah, do it. Show her.
Why do I feel so cold?
That was fucking sick.
No. Where did she go? She's gone. Is this the end of the world? Did she end herself? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. It's calling us. And not in a good way. I don't want to look at us. Okay. If you say so, I'll trust you. Can we trust you? A mercy.
Mirror always makes them with you. You need to see what's in it. You've withered.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction.
You did spend the last few lives around making her super powerful.
Directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
No matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
It all seems so distant as soon as
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
Do you know what happens?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
This vessel.
This one is Dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
figured out what you.
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn
That's
for what I have
good.
always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you.
Stand to be a
As
contradiction.
easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gift.
You wonder.
We will know when I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.